just got the feeding done. I headed out to the garage to get some ribs out of the freezer here, or out of the refrigerator out here that I had to be thawing, because I'm running out of space in my freezers in the house due to it's tomato season. I don't have time to process them right now, so I'm just throwing them in the freezer after I wash them and get into it. But anyways, we are doing a collaboration called Crocktober, and this is put on by JENI'S Scratch Made Kitchen and Kettle Kitchen. I hope I got that right. And a whole bunch of details coming your way, but right now I'm gonna go and get these out of the garage fridge so we can get started. Okay, inside, getting ready. Got my ribs. Now this recipe is coming from my favorite book, which I do a lot of batch freezer meals. So this is where this is coming from. And I am doing the pork ribs. It's boneless in the recipe, but all I have is bone in because we have our own meat processed. So it's very simple. I'm making a double batch from what the recipe says in the book. So all we're gonna do is let me get a pair of gloves real quick. Okay, I'm only gonna need one. So what you're gonna do is I cut them to like portion size, and I'm going to lay these in here. I'm hoping these will all fit in here. If I lay them correctly, they should. And then it is 1/3 cup brown sugar per recipe. And like I said, I am making a double batch, so I'm using 2/3 cup brown sugar. And then it is, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so I'm gonna put a whole teaspoon in there. And pepper. I don't measure as much as I just throw it in there. And then I have a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm going to turn it on low. This is going to take all day, but I'm going to eat it tonight, and the rest is going in the freezer for our freezer meals, so no big deal. And then when that is cooked, I'll show you what else we do after that. Now, here is the list of collaborators that are joining this collaboration. There is at least one video a day through the month of October, and they'll all be doing a recipe in your crock pot. So it's Crocktober. And JENI'S Scratch, sorry, I made notes. It is put on and hosted by JENI'S Scratch Made Kitchen and Tony at Kettle Kitchen. There will be a giveaway on November 2nd at 6:30 p.m. live. And prizes donated are coming from JENI'S Scratch Made Kitchen, Kettle Kitchen, and the Miller Life Kitchen. It's really looking good. I'm going to probably give this a turn. I'm just going to turn these around about And then that way, yeah, they can all get cooked. Like, and you can tell all the juice in there, and we didn't add no liquid. Let's get these top ones on the bottom and the bottom ones on the top real quick. You can smell these are smelling so good already. Sorry about the poor camera quality. Yeah, the quality of the food tastes good. We're good. Like, that's what matters in this video. Just really wanting to get these. Oh my goodness. Well, that's already pulling off the bone. And it's only been 3 hours on low. Okay. Now, gonna go ahead and cover this back up and let it cook longer. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get our barbecue sauce going that we are gonna put on the ribs when they're done. So this makes 5 cups, and I'm going by the recipe in the freezer meal book for these crock pot ribs. So this is a smoky barbecue sauce, and we're gonna use 3 tablespoons of oil, which is already in my pan. Finely chopped onion, about a medium, 1 cup of brown sugar, freshly squeezed lemon juice, which I don't have any, so I'm just using my real lemon, which, whatever. 1/4 of a cup, 2 cups of ketchup, some chili powder, some yellow mustard, steak sauce, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, garlic, black pepper, salt, and that is everything, I believe. Yep, so let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to, okay, got my oil in here. Gonna put it in the onion, and what you're just gonna saute this up a little bit, a couple minutes. And this was onion from our growing this year. That's what I tend to do. What I grow, I go ahead and make up a bunch of food with it, so it preserves it better. Now we're going to go ahead and add our garlic to this too. I didn't grow this garlic. I can't grow garlic with the darn. So I just bought it from a grocery store and freeze it like our friend Tiffany does at Mud and Mascara. But I think I'm going to try to get some silicone ice cube trays and put the garlic in those and freeze it so I don't have the bag anymore. So we're just going to let this saute a little bit. Let that on high. And this smoky barbecue sauce recipe is from the same cookbook as the rib recipe is from. So, alright, now that you got this all fragrant and it is sauteing, I'm gonna add our 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Also let that get fragrant. So done with this. And some salt, which is 1 teaspoon. That's what the recipe calls for. 1 teaspoon of salt. teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, which it's been ground for a bit, but it's okay. Okay, let this all get incorporated with your onion and your garlic. Turn this down a little bit. What mine looks like. This is the first time I've made this smoky barbecue sauce from this new cookbook I got. So I'm anxious to see if we're going to like it. I like all the ingredients so far. Now we're going to add the ketchup, the brown sugar, the mustard. Okay. The apple cider vinegar. The Worcestershire sauce. The mustard. The lemon juice. It says this makes about one of the bottles you would get at the grocery store of barbecue sauce. The steak sauce goes in now. Let me see. Yep. No. Yes. It does say to put in, I think, a half a cup of molasses, but because the brown sugar has molasses in it, I'm omitting that. I'm not going to do it. So it says 1 cup of brown sugar, which was okay, 1 cup, around about of a cup. And we still have, I hate a mess, still have our ketchup to put in, and it needs 2 cups, so I'm gonna put this whole thing in there. Oh. That's our ketchup we made last year. And now we are just going to let this boil and simmer. First, we're going to let it boil. And then we're going to let it simmer for 15-20 minutes. And then we're going to let it cool. And then we'll put it in our bottle. But tastes pretty good. It's probably because of that homegrown, homemade ketchup. But it don't look bad. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and bring that to a boil. Get my stuff put away. Watch a pot, you never boil. So why don't we go ahead and show all the collaborators in this great collaboration one more time. now it's come to a boil, we're going to turn it down and just let it simmer for 15 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, I got the kitchen cleaned back up, but look at this barbecue sauce. Like, look at this. It is thicker than, oh yeah. So, I think that's ready. We're going to go ahead and turn this off. My stove stays hot for a little bit after you turn it off. So, I'm going to leave this on the stove just like this. And when our ribs are done, which it will be supper time, about 6 o'clock, where our ribs are done. We still have 3-4 more hours. Then I will show you what we do with the barbecue sauce, which you all probably already know. I mean, you put barbecue sauce on ribs. But this barbecue sauce is, okay, this is the first time I have made this. Like I said, it's a new cookbook. And this is going to be my favorite, new favorite. The go-to barbecue sauce. Make a bunch of it up and put it in the freezer. So, like I said, we still have a few more hours for our ribs. I want to thank everybody that has lasted this far in this video and seen how these turned out. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. These have been going for 6 hours. They are done. So I'm going to shut these off. And I'll show you now. Like, they are super tender, bone falling off. So I'll show you what we got to do now. And I've got all my meat here thawing for my other freezer meals that I'm going to be doing after this video. So put those over there for now. Now what we're going to do is take these out. I'll show you that no water was added, but you see all the juices in there. We don't want those in there now. Now we just want just the ribs, because we're going to add our barbecue sauce. I'm just going to put this in here. I'm not going to discard this liquid. I will use it for something. Oh my gosh, they are falling apart. Maybe didn't need them in there that long, but oh well, I was busy. That'll be big enough. I don't know. Go. Out of the way. Now, I'm not going to do anything with this. Leave all those bits in there. Drain it a little bit more. Now we're going to add our meat back to it. As you can see, they're falling apart. I'm not going to add that bone in there. So these should be very good. Now, we had that barbecue sauce that we made earlier. I made a double batch of these so I could freeze some. And that's what I tend to do. This single batch of barbecue sauce, see how much it thickened up? It makes 5 cups. So we're gonna be using almost all of this because of the double batch of meat. But we should get at least 3 freezer meals out of this, plus eat tonight. Now I'm going to put this back in the crock pot for just a short time, maybe half hour on low. That's what it looks like so far. Half hour on low. Now our ribs are done and we can eat and fix any sides you want with it. And going ahead and get this one for supper. And I'm gonna let these cool and bag them up for a freezer meal. So it's simple as that. It's taken me no effort to make delicious ribs in the crock pot. I have been gardening today. Of course, I took care of all the animals today. Throughout the day, I've had things to do, but supper is done. Now it is time to sit down and eat. So I thank you for joining me for Crocktober 2023. Delicious. Let me know if you tried this down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out all the other collaborators that have joined this collaboration. Thank you to Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen and Kettle Kitchen for putting this wonderful collaboration on. And thank you for all that participated in one way or another. Y'all have a great day, and y'all come back. They just fall apart, y'all. They're so tender. All right. Y'all have a great day.